Hey guys, I'm Geekhead and today we are going to be reviewing Samsung M30s. Now first things first, let's get the box contents out of the way. In the box, we get the phone itself, a 2-pin 15-watt fast charger, a USB Type-C cable, a quick starter guide, and a warranty card. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the design. The M30s comes with the same polycarbonate unibody design as the other Galaxy M series smartphones. It has a gradient finish back panel for all three color variants: pearl white, opal black, and sapphire blue. I bought the opal black one as I feel this one looks better than the other two. However, the back does attract a lot of fingerprints. I wish Samsung had included a case in the box, but it is what it is. The back houses the triple rear camera on the top left corner in a non-protruding camera bump. The cameras are arranged horizontally and the camera encasement also houses the LED flash. Besides the cameras, there is a fingerprint sensor right above the Samsung branding in center of the handset. The handset houses the volume rockers and the power button on the right and the SIM card tray on the left. The bottom edge of the smartphone comes with a speaker grill along with a USB Type-C and a 3.5mm headphone jack. And with a massive 6000 mAh battery, the phone is on a bulky side. But since the back is curved, it is manageable in the hand and it weighs only 188 grams. In the front, you get 6.4-inch Full HD Plus Infinity U AMOLED display with 2340 by 1080 pixel resolution and 420 nits of peak brightness. When it comes to displays, Samsung makes one of the best displays in the market and M30s is no different. The colors look rich and punchy, and since it's an AMOLED display, you also get the always-on display capabilities. However, when you get the phone right out of the box, the display mode on the phone is set to natural by default, which makes the colors little dull. So I would highly suggest setting the display mode to vivid to get that colorful Samsung display look. Powering the Galaxy M30s is the Samsung's in-house octa-core Exynos 9611 processor with Mali G72 GPU, which is the same chipset found in the Samsung Galaxy A50s as well. The 10nm silicon offers two quad-core clusters of Cortex-A73 and Cortex-A53 running at 2.3 GHz and 1.7 GHz respectively. The phone comes in two variants. The base variant offers 4GB RAM with an internal storage of 64GB, and the higher variant comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. The phone does have a dedicated microSD slot which can support up to 512GB of storage. So in terms of storage, you have plenty of options. When it comes to performance, the phone is definitely not the fastest phone out there, but it still handles everyday tasks without any hiccups. I've been testing PUBG on this phone for the last few weeks and haven't faced any lag or any issues with the performance. Surprisingly, the phone supports PUBG at HDR Ultra settings, and if you lower the graphics to smooth, you can play on extreme settings. I would highly recommend playing on the smooth settings to get that extra frame rate. There is one thing I would like to mention is that the phone does get little heated up on the top end of the phone when playing for long durations. However, it isn't that bad and it doesn't affect the overall gaming performance. Talking about the software, the M30s comes running on Android 9 Pie based Samsung's One UI. The interface is pretty minimalistic and smooth. The UI is designed with the reachability in mind, and so most system apps and menus can be pulled down so that tappable areas are within reach, making the single-handed use much easier. The phone does come bundled with some bloatware pre-installed, but you can disable them. Coming to the triple camera performance, the M30s has a 48MP primary sensor with an f2.0 aperture lens, an 8MP wide-angle camera with an f2.2 aperture lens, and a 5MP depth sensor. The primary camera takes 12MP shots by default, but you can capture 48MP shots through the toggle. Quality-wise, the M30s cameras performed pretty average for its price and competition. The daylight shots have a lot of detail and the phone manages to do justice to various objects in the frame. However, I did notice the pictures got a little pixelated when you zoom into the pictures. The text on objects at distance were legible, but it wasn't as crisp. The camera does handle dynamic range pretty well though. The color reproduction is spot on, and the images weren't oversaturated as they used to be in older Samsung smartphones. The wide-angle camera performs pretty well as well in daylight conditions, but there is a noticeable loss of detail compared to the primary camera. The close-up shots are quite sharp and detailed with good bokeh effect. The camera also does a good job in portrait shots as well. The background blur was natural and the overall edge detection was pretty good. Now when it comes to low light shots, the image quality takes a nosedive. The camera struggles to capture details and the images were grainy with lot of noise when zooming in. And when you turn on the night mode, all it does is overexposes the shots, to the point that the images are not usable at all. Take a look at this shot for example. If you look at the sky closely, in night mode, the sky is pretty grainy as compared to the photo taken in the normal mode. Frankly, I prefer not using the night mode at all. The normal photos turned out better than what you would get when using the night mode. I also have to mention the camera struggled to keep the picture in focus in low light conditions. As a result, sometimes it took me 3 to 4 photographs to get the right shots. Most of the shots turned out blurry if not in focus. Now I don't know if it's a software issue or it's the problem with my unit, so it's something to keep in mind. Talking about the front camera, it is a single 16 megapixel selfie shooter. The photos taken turn out pretty good with good natural skin tones. The selfies look detailed and crisp. The portrait mode also does a great job in edge detection for most part. However, if you're wearing glasses or a hat, then the camera does struggle a little in edge detection. As for video recording, you can shoot up to 4K at 30 fps from the rear camera and up to 1080p at 30 fps from the front camera. Video shot at 1080p is stabilized, but the videos shot at 4K have no stabilization. There's also a super steady mode at 1080p which uses the wide angle camera and crops the frame to make it super steady. The phone also has a 240 fps slow motion as well as 960 fps super slow motion option, which do a pretty good job. When it comes to battery performance, having a 6000 mAh battery really helps a lot. The phone can easily go without charging for 2 days in moderate usage, while you get around 9 to 10 hours screen time if you play PUBG or watch videos for non-stop. Having a larger battery does have its own downside though, as the battery takes around 3 hours to get fully charged with the included 15-watt charger. Overall, the Galaxy M30s is a decent package which mainly kills the competition with its massive 6000 mAh battery and amazing AMOLED display with decent performance. The camera on the phone could have been a little better, especially in low light conditions. But other than that, the M30s is a great option for people looking for budget phone with decent performance and good quality display. The M30 base variant is available on Amazon for $13,999 and the higher model is priced at $16,999. So that was my review for the Galaxy M30s. If you found this video helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for future content. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys in my next video.